Welcome back to the Arbitress YouTube channel. In today's class, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful ASO OKE and Ankara Bubu. So I'm going to teach you how you can align your ASO OKE to have all of these V-shaped effects that we see here. It's a simple tutorial and it's beginner friendly. If this is something you like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. I'm going to be combining this ASO OKE, okay? It has like glitters with this fabric. So I'll put the ashoke aside and then work on the fabric. It's a kimono. You can cut the shoulders together, but I want to cut mine separately because I'll be folding my ashoke inwards on the shoulder area. But if you want to just fold just like this and place, then you can cut separately. So just like we cut our normal kimono, from here you're going to measure from your center back to where your sleeve is going to stop. For me, that is 19 inches. So here I'm going to mark my neck width, 3.5 inches for the neck width, and then for the neck depth for the back I'm working with 1.5 inches. Then for the front it's going to be a V shape, so I'm going to work with 7 or 8 inches for my neck measurement. So here I'm going to connect the back neckline and my front neckline. So here for my shoulder slope, remember I said I'm cutting separately. I'm going to come down by 1.5 inches here and then connect together. You can see I've done all of that. I don't want this to be too long. So for my sleeve opening here, you measure how much you want it, how free you want your sleeve to be, and that's what you're going to divide into two and mark. So here I'm working with 11 inches, that's 22 inches divided by 2. So I'll mark that, and then here I'm going to mark the same thing on this side. So that's 12.5 from the upper part. So here I'm going to mark the same 12.5 inches and then connect. So you're going to get your bust measurement. The bust I'm working with is 44, divided by 4 is 11. So if I mark 11, you're going to add whatever his allowance that you want to work with. So for me, I'm adding 2.5 inches for my heels, and that is what I'm marking there. So you're going to connect that to form your sleeve. So it's going to stop here where your 2.5 inches is, which is here, and then you're going to mark that all around. So when you're marking this all the way to the hem, you make sure that your hip is around this size too, so that your is not going to be too tight on the hip area. So if your hip is bigger than what you have here, then it means you're going to work with your actual hip measurement. The hip I'm working with is 46, so that's 11.75. So it still fits very well into what I'm doing. I'm just going to be opening slits by this side to work freely. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that all the way to the hem. That same measurement of altogether is 13.5. So I just mark that. So here from your sleeves to your bodies, you don't want it to be straight, you just create like a curve on that part so that they can blend well. So that is how you need to do. So I'm going to be having pockets to this, and I want to cut the pocket together with the body. So I'll just mark where my waistline is 17, so I'll just come down by 1 or 2 inches from the 17 inches, which is around here. So from there you're going to mark your pocket opening, which is usually 7 inches. I'm going to mark that there as well. So I'll just create like a small curve. It's a small pocket. If you want a bigger pocket, you just extend your fabric more. So now my pocket is cut together with the bodies. So I'll just grab my scissors and cut. So you're going to cut your back first because the back neckline is shorter. So here you're going to cut the shoulder slope as well. I'm going to come from the hem and cut my bodies. So when you're cutting the bodies, when you get to the pocket area, you should remember that you have a pocket over there. So you don't just cut straight. You are going to open and cut around your pocket. So this is where my pocket is. So you can see how I'm shaping out the pocket like this. It's a small pocket, like I said. If you want yours to be bigger, you just fold more fabric so that I can have something bigger. So this is my sleeve, and this is the sleeve opening. So I'm done cutting it now, so I'll remove the back so that I can cut the front neckline. This is the shape that we have. You can see this is our neckline, this is the shoulder, the sleeve, and that is our pocket already cut together as well. So I'll just open it up, remove the back, and then refold it to work on the neckline. I've folded it and then I'm cutting my V shape that I already marked for the neckline. So now we are going to open this up on the right side, and then we're going to bring in the ashoke to create that V shape that we have there. So this is the ashoke I'm working with. There are two ways to do this. You can either cut out your facing and turn your neckline first before you place the ashoke, or you cut the ashoke together with it, okay, and then turn with your facing, or you just leave a small space to turn before placing your ashoke, which is what I'm going to be doing. So it's a V neck, like I said. You're going to be taking it one step at a time. So you are going to place your ashoke like this, following the V shape that you have on your neckline. You can see the V shape that you have. So once you get to the end of the V neckline, when you are placing the ashoke, remember you did the shoulder slope. It's not good. You have to make sure that your ashoke covers all the shoulder area when you're doing that. So now after placing like this, when you get to the end of the V shape here, you're going to fold your ashoke. When you get to the end, you are going to twist it like this. Okay, you're going to twist the ashoke. Remember it was formerly straight like this, so you're going to twist it like this. So once you are done with the first side, you're going to bring the second side. I don't want to cut mine because I'm still going to use it for the sleeve, so I don't want it to be in pieces. You're going to place the outer end on the second one as well. You make sure that it covers your, you make sure that it covers all the shoulder as well. So when you get to the end like this again, you're going to twist the same way you did for the first one. So now when you're twisting it, you start arranging it. Remember, you're aiming to form a V shape. So the end of each of your ashoke, you make sure that it matches with what you have on the other side. Let me just do this. You can see if I place it like this, you will see that it's not going to give me the V that I have on this part. So you make sure that you match each of the ends together to give you a perfect V shape. So you can see that we have the same V here and here. So here as well, you do the same thing. If you place like this, it's not going to give you a V shape. So you twist it till you have them on the same line to give you this V shape that we have here. I hope you can see that. So that is how you're going to continue doing it like that. So you're going to come over to the next one and then twist the same way you did. So you can see, so you twist this and make sure that you have your V shape. So you can see the V shape that I am forming here. Then now we're getting to the head. So once you get to the end as well, you make sure that all your V shape matches, and then you stop. So once you are done with this, now you can hold it down with your pin first before you trim off the excess, because you're going to have excess, of course. So you can pin it down first and trim this excess here so that you have your space alone to work with. I've gone ahead to hold it. You can see now that I held it with my pin so that I can carefully lift it up here, and then I'm going to cut around it. So here you can see, so from here you are going to lift it a little bit and then cut underneath it, the ones that you are not going to need. You're going to cut it off like this. So you can see I have done that here, and then I'm going to go over to the next side and do the same thing. So I just want to hold again with my pen so that I don't lose what I'm doing. So here I'm going to lift it up as well, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut around it. So after this, we are going to go ahead to sew. So this is what I have. I'm going to rearrange it back. So I'm done cutting it now. We're going to go ahead to sew. So to sew it, I advise that you iron it so that you will see your crease line here, because we are going to remove the pins and then we're going to place them together and then run a stitch. So once you iron it, your crease line will easily show and you match them together. So I have ironed mine now. I can see that all the pins are out. So what you just need to do now is to lay them on each other. You can see the crease line, and then you're going to pin them. So what we want to do is sew them together. So you're going to open it out like this, and then you're going to pin and sew along the crease line so that they can be together. I can see my crease line clearly. So I'm going to just hold with pins now and then take it to the sewing machine and run a stitch across that. So I have pinned mine, you can see. I have pinned it along that line. So when you pin it, you check again to see that you still have your perfect V shape. Okay, so once you still have them, you take it to the sewing machine now, and then I'm going to run a stitch along the crease line to hold it together. I've gone ahead to sew them together, and you can see that I still have my V shape here. So you can just turn it over again, and then you further reduce your seam allowance there so that you don't have it too bulky. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and open this seam and then press it down. I don't want it to be puffy, so I'm reducing the seam allowance that I have there, and then you're going to plug your iron and then open and press down this seam that you have here. Okay, this is seam iron. I'm just using this to press down the seam allowance so that it's going to be flat. So after doing this now, you turn it to the right side, you can see that it is looking flat. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the neckline of my dress, and then I will use that to, I'm going to turn the neckline of the dress. I already cut out facing for that, so I'm going to sew the facing to turn it out. This is the back and this is the facing for the back. So a facing is just a smaller version of your neckline. You're going to sew and turn, and this is the front as well. And I already cut out a facing for the front. I don't want to turn the ashoke together with it so that it's not going to be bulky. So I'm just going to sew it a little bit following the allowance that I left when I was placing the ashoke. So I'm going to sew that and turn. Then after that, you're going to place your ashoke on it like this, and then you're going to sew on both sides. So I'll do that now. I've done the neckline now. You can see that the neckline is neat. I don't advise you use a bias for this because of a V shape, so just cut a small facing. So now you're going to bring your Ankara that you have already turned, and then you're going to place it on the neckline. Make sure that it is well arranged. You don't want any part of this to be, you don't want it to be like this on this side. So straighten out every part, arrange it, then we're going to use our pin to hold it and then sew the neckline. So I'm going to be sewing the neckline first. Okay, so after sewing the neckline, I'm going to trim the excess that I have here. That's because I want to use this facing to turn the shoulder of the front and back. That's why I'm not sewing on this side first. So after sewing this neckline together, I'm going to join the shoulder together, then I'm going to sew it on the outer space as well. So after that, I'm going to turn the sleeve. So if you have enough ashoke left, you can use that to turn your sleeve as well, and then you sew it by this side, so your dress will be ready. I've gone ahead to join the shoulder, as you can see. So I use the facing to turn it so that the shoulder area is going to be neat. So you just set your facing. Here on the sleeve, I also used my ashoke, the remaining ashoke. That was why I did not cut separately when I was doing the neckline, so that I can still have enough to tape the hem of my sleeve. I did this for the two sides, and then I went ahead to run a stitch my side. So this is the pocket. Remember, we have a cut together pocket with the bodice. So this is the pocket that I included, and then on the hem I opened one side of the hem to form a slit, so you can see, so that you can walk freely. You can open on two sides, but I just decided to open on one side. And this is the neckline as well. You can see how beautiful the neckline turned out. So I'm going to take it to the mannequin now so that we can see what it looks like. Okay, this is what we have on the mannequin. You can see our ashoke sitting pretty on the neckline area, and you can see that we have all our V's looking sharp. So make sure that you cross check it before you go ahead to sew, so that you will not lose this sharpness that you have at the center front. So I also use the ashoke to tape the sleeve just like I explained, and this is the effect it's given. So this is our pocket. We have a cut together pocket here as well. You can decide to cut yours without pocket if that is what you want. I hope you enjoyed making this beautiful bubu with me. If you enjoyed it, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment and subscribe to our channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.